everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Camilla.
And today we're talking about something we don't deal with anymore. That's maps, or map masters. Well, we still do maps, but they're on Google nowadays, or Apple.
Or just on your phone.
Yeah, that's what I meant. This can be played competitively, which is what we're going to be reviewing today. There's also cooperative mode, which I'll mention at the end. It is a game in which you are building a map and trying to get through a dungeon. Here's how it plays. In this game, each player is going to take an adventurer, and they're going to be playing through 6 rounds, trying to score points. And you actually, in this game, you'll have a marker, which you write in your scoring card, and you'll be writing on the dungeon cards. You'll get a set of starting dungeon cards, and you're going to shuffle these cards. This will be your starting thing. Everyone's going to get 6 gold to start with. And before each round, if you have any gold, you can spend it. You can buy these magic spell cards, which you can use once per each round. You flip them over to show they've been used. Or you can buy new rooms, which have a cost of 3, 4, 5, and 6. When you buy these rooms, you'll place these face up in front of you. You'll get to use them on that current dungeon exploring round. You can also buy these fairy tokens. There are 4 different fairy tokens: a key, a rope, a sword, and a scroll. Each of them costs 1, but it only lasts for the round that you buy it on. After everybody has bought their items, you'll then draw enough cards to go up to 5 cards, including any cards you've bought. So let's say I bought this one that cost 3. I would then draw these cards. Everyone will turn them face up at the same time, and then simultaneously, you're going to be building a dungeon. Now, before you do this, you'll turn over a card to show you what the objective is for this round. Here, keys are going to be worth 2 points. But at this point, you can start putting a dungeon together any way you want. You must keep all cards like this. However, you can offset the cards when you attach them together. I can do something like this or like this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a path that's going to get me as much stuff as I possibly can. So, I could, for example, I'm just going to draw a quick path here because I'm not going to spend a lot of time figuring this out. But I might go here and then down here, down the stairs into the basement and out. Now that doesn't seem like the best path. It might have been better for me to go around here, then come up here and go that way. As you go on your path though, each thing that you get, you're going to circle. So you'll draw more slowly than I just did. When you get to a monster, you need to have a sword, whether it's on one of your tokens, or a circled sword that you've already got, and you'll cross it off to defeat the monster. There's other things. There are barrels. You're just collecting those barrels. Sometimes there are pits that you can fall into. Like this pit here will end your turn. It's a lava pit, but if you have a rope, you can ignore a pit. Sometimes you might want to fall into these pits. You just go down to another level, keep going. If you have a scroll and you land on one of these warped tokens, you can go from that portal to another portal and keep moving. There's also a few things that will affect the end of your turn, but that's mostly what you're going to find as you collect all these things. There's keys, and you need to collect keys to go through locks, or you're not going to be able to get them, swords to defeat monsters, and ropes to jump over pits. Again, you might have a card. Like if I have this card once per round, I can go from a portal to another portal. This once per round, I can go up through a pit. I could come down here and come out the pit and keep moving. So sometimes when you're drawing the objective cards here, a card will have an hourglass on it. When that happens, the first person to finish will get a point. So there's a bit of a time thing there. You can time everyone. You don't have to give everyone like 5 minutes to finish a round. But other than that, players are going to score points equal to these, whatever it shows. So if this was the card, everyone gets a point per sword, a point per barrel, a point per that. 3 points for every monster they defeated. But you'll also turn over a second card after everyone has gone. And you'll score points for that. However, at the end of the game, all the points for the ones that you did not know, the ones that are revealed after you do your dungeon, will be divided by 2. So you'll take your score for the revealed objective card, half points for the unrevealed objective card, a point if you're first, and if that hourglass on the card, and then you also keep track, did you finish? Did you come out okay? Which can score you more points. You add these together, divide any leftover money by 3 to get your final score. Money, of course, is collected in between rounds so that you might buy more cards. I just explained the competitive version. There's also a cooperative version where you'll start with a bunch of cards that are face up along with a monster that you have to fight, and there's a bunch of other cards that will be included. that you will be putting in there, and players are going to have to work together to build these dungeons so that you will be able to go through and collect a bunch of objective goals. And it comes with these cooperative rules, and then it comes with a bunch of missions and different bad guys that you can fight if you want to play with the cooperative version. One of the things I like about this game is I thought the iconography is really well done.
Yes, it's very clear.
There's always going to be an issue with drawing on cards.
Okay.
It works, but you better erase them all at the end.
Yes.
And so there's a bit of that spending time, because if you don't erase them and you find later on that you didn't erase one, it does not come off them later.
Yeah.
You just have to keep that in mind. It's not the end of the world, but I wish... It's slightly messy, that's all.
I think it is slightly messy, and it does require a little bit more upkeep to the game. But I think that the game does it well. It's produced well, handles well, but similar to what you're going to see in like Silver and Gold or other games where you're writing on cards, is you do have to maintain the game a little bit.
Yeah. But the game itself is way more puzzly than you would think.
Yes.
You're going to sit there and put out it's just 5 cards. And you sit there and go... And, I have this right. Oh, wait, I forgot to put a key on my path.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do this. Now my path's too short. So it has that 5-minute... The 5-minute time limit is an optional thing. I would recommend, unless you know everyone at the table, that you insist on it, though.
Yes. I think you definitely need the time limit until you guys all know how to play the game, or you have that trust within your group. Like, we're not going to drag this out because otherwise, I mean, there's some groups I play with where I'm like, it's 3 minutes even, I mean, like, let's just keep it going, because I know they'll sit there and map it out, for hours.
It's a deck builder, but barely. You're buying some cards. When you're done, you discard your cards, although there's a few icons. One lets you keep a card, which is really great. And one lets you take a card out of your deck completely, which is slightly useful, but since you don't go through the deck that many times, it's not a huge deal. It just lets you get rid of some of those beginner cards.
It really only comes into play if you have kept a couple of the special cards and you want them to come up, but that is more situationally based. It really you've had to get the right cards in order for that to be useful. Yeah.
Overall, though, I found it to be pretty fun. It's it's a lot more thinky than the cover would almost have you believe. They're like, we're going on the map. And you're like, oh, my word, this is very thinky. And I'm surprised how interesting every card comes up. I'm like, oh, because I want to go through it. I want to find the perfect path, and I don't think there ever is one.
I want the perfect path, and I want to exit every time, and I want to be the first done, and I want, it's like I just can't have it all.
I think I always exit. I think I do because I just can't handle not exiting.
Yeah.
And it's not even that many points to exit. It's just
it really almost feels like more of a tiebreaker than anything, because it's like whoever gets out or exits the most gets 2 points, and second most is 1 point. So it's very nominal, but it just definitely feels incomplete if you don't.
I like the equipment is awesome, but you're wasting money on it. But it's useful to have things you can use once per turn. The little fairy things are they're more of a fail-safe. Like, I'll buy a sword because I think I'll need one.
Right.
And I also really like that the scoring for the thing you don't know about is half points. That's great.
Yes.
It adds a little bit of uncertainty, but you can't say, well, Camilla won because always the thing that popped up.
Yeah.
No, just some extra points.
I was going to ask what you thought of that, because I feel like I hard swung on it. I originally did not like it. I was like, this is so swingy. You don't even know. You keep getting it. And then I was like, oh, it only being the half points. It really did just add a little bit of... not tension, but almost relief to the game, where it's like, oh, cool, I got something this time. It felt like a little more like bumps than it did huge swings. So I really came around on that mechanism quite a bit.
Well, the half points helps. If it wasn't half points, I would probably be opposed to it.
Yeah.
So that's the competitive. Real briefly, the cooperative game is fine. It's very puzzly, and I think some people are going to like the cooperative game better. I don't. I want to build my own map, not work with you guys to say you should put your piece here. I want to work on my own thing. Your mileage may vary, and hey, they're both in the box, and doesn't really actually increase the price of the game that much. So,
yeah.
What would you rank it?
I'm coming in at a 7.5. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a very satisfying puzzle. I liked that you have a little bit of control over your deck and you're making those kind of tough choices of where to put your money, getting new cards. You get to see the objective before you buy those cards, so you're kind of knowing what you're going for and having a little bit of information. But then you're also blind drawing from your deck. And then it's a really satisfying puzzle to sit there and map it out. And I like drawing on the cards a lot. I found that to be very satisfying. I was glad that this wasn't a roll and write kind of, like with paper components.
That's true. I do like that.
Being cards really elevated the presence of the game. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. Couple drawbacks is that time element. I think that's going to be more group dependent. You need to know, do you have to use that timer? I don't like the timer. It stresses me out, but I also didn't have a problem doing it within the time. Just knowing I have the timer causes me anxiety. So
well, there's always a timer because someone else might be trying to finish first. And you're like,
yeah,
I'll take this piece of trash just to get that extra 1 point.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So for me, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a really satisfying puzzle. 7.5.
Yeah, I'm very similar. I'm an 8, actually. That's for the competitive. The cooperative, I'd probably give a 6 to. I was fine on the cooperative. The competitive, though, I find it to be, it's 5 cards. It's not overwhelming, but it's close. It just feels, I'm just I like it a lot. And I like buying the cards. I like when you buy a card, you can instantly use it. And that's good. And it also gives you some knowledge. Okay, I'm going to be working. You can start thinking about it as you buy the card rather than once you start putting the dungeon together. A lot of cool things in here. I don't. This company astounds me. Their games are nothing alike. It's not like Duck and Cover,
right?
And not like the History of the World game they did. Captain Games just who knows what they're coming out with next. But this is a cool one. I think a lot of people may have missed this one. Definitely check it out. Map Masters. I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Camilla.
See ya. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.